Can you can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, so basically, just to recap what I was saying, I believe that a woman's superpower is influence, and I'm coming from a biblical perspective. And when you talk about influence, that's going to fall under submission and all those things, and understanding God's divine order. All of that falls in that same category. So I'm going to say influence, and the reason why I use that is because look at the first man, which is Adam. He had a whole covenant with God, but the woman was able to say, "Take and eat." Her influence made him go against what God had told him to do. Even if you look at Samson and Delilah, even if you study that scripture, Samson obviously knew that Delilah didn't have his best interest. Now, I'm not going to get into his proclivity and his strongholds and things like that, but the influence of a woman, what made him give up the secret to his strength. So I do believe that our superpower is influence. And like the brother said, he used another word. He didn't use influence, but influence can be negative or it can be positive. And I just really believe that if we did tap into what our God-given influence is, especially for our BLK men, then you would see more families,
If I
more
have
BLK
100
families.
women, if I have 100 women, how many are actually using the superpower on a daily basis?
Well, they use it, the influence, but it's just not for, I'm going to say what God had orchestrated it to be. We are supposed to be a helpmeet, right? So they use their influence now for their own vanity, nails done and all the things that are so superficial. But if you tapped into your God created first call, which is to be a helpmate to a man, you would use that superpower or that influence for the greater of that man. And of course, you guys, I'm not talking about something that doesn't make sense. We're not telling you to look for someone that has no vision or know nothing and try to, you understand what I'm saying? Host, like, it has to make sense, if that makes sense. But
And
we're supposed to use,
that's why I asked that question. Like, how many are tapping into it on a daily basis? Because I don't think that many women are using it the way they
no,
should be
we're
using
you.
it.
No, we're using it for corporate America. We're using it for ourselves. We're using it for our girls' trip. But at the end of the day, after a certain age, you get the revelation